Jai Sri Krishna. Let's start discussion on very important topic for a business analyst and the developers. So that's the bridging the gap between the developers and business analysts. So in this video, we will discuss on that topic in details, and I will help you what are the tools or roles and responsibilities of BA or the development team, or to understand the collaboration between the developer and the business analyst and the common challenges faced by these teams and how they will work in the real life example. So before that, if you like my video and my video content, so please do like and subscribe my channel. So that's motivate me to create more videos for you for the role of business analyst, quality analyst, quant analyst, or the artificial intelligence, machine learning, or the blockchain, or the cloud computing or the quantum computing. So on that topic I am creating the video, so you will get updated. So let's start discussion on this topic. So let's discuss, first will I will give you the introduction on this topic. So let's discuss on the understanding of that importance of the collaboration between the developers and the business analysts. So that's the role distinctions. So both the teams are the role are different. So developer handle the technical implementation or the technical way to they do a coding, testing, or to do the coding as per the business requirement or the technical requirement, while the business analysts are focusing on the document and the business need, like preparing the business requirement document, functional requirement document, or to prepare the test cases, use cases. So he will cover the functional part, and the technical part or the work on the technical part will be done by the developers or the development team. So that's the harmony too for the success of both the roles, and these are the role distinctions and the different role between them. So bridging the communication gaps, obviously. So the technical guys or the technical or the developer teams are not understand the business, or they don't have that much knowledge of that domain. What the business analyst should have, the person who know the technical side and the business knowledge or the domain knowledge. So he makes sure everyone on bringing the gap between the the developers and the technical side, and it's effectively collaborate and reduce the misunderstanding and rework by ensuring the clear communication of the business requirement to the development team, and to convert the business requirement into the technical requirement or the functional requirement or non-functional requirement that can be understand by the developer. So these are the gaps, and if they face any challenge or any impedance and they have any open question related to the functionality, so they can connect with the business analyst to solve their the open points. So benefit of synergy. So collaboration lead the better project outcome, or to achieve the project within a time and within a budget with there is a no situation is come as a scope creep. So higher team morale and increase the stakeholder satisfaction and on time delivery. So these are the importance of the bridging the gap between the developers and the business analyst. So let's discuss on the roles and responsibilities side. So where we discuss the definition, defining the key function of BA and the developer. So what are the key functions for the business analyst and what are the key functions for the developer? So you can able to differentiate between these two things, and then we will discuss on the collaboration and communication. So let's first discuss the role of business analyst. So so basically the business analyst is a person, or is a is a person who can gather the requirement from using the requirement initiation technique like questionnaire, chat session, brainstorming, workshop, group discussion, interview, or the open observation, close observation, document analysis, uh, and then prepare, gather the requirement, then prepare the business requirement document, functional requirement document, technical requirement document, and act as a lies between the stakeholder like a business stakeholder or the developer stream, or the technical stakeholder align with the product and the business goal. So always keep in mind the business goal, business objective, in scope functionality, out scope functionality, business vision, business mission, and accordingly he will document everything and get the development done from the developer teams. But other side, the developers are to actually do the development, they are actually creating the software, they are working on that software. So development may design the code and maintain the software solution based on the documented requirement and ensure the technical feasibility. So it's that feasible in the technical way or not, and what technology is that most efficient. So these are the roles of the developers. And then the collaboration and communication. So the BA will make sure that the clear understanding of role, foster, and mutual respect and effective collaboration between the BAs and the developers, and the process flow or the communication flow will smoothly transact from the BA to developer and developer to BA and then the business team. So that the communication cycle will be most effective and understandable way. So let's discuss on the common challenges between that faced by the developers or and the business analyst, and that can how we can eliminate these three challenges. So let's discuss basically first the common challenges. So identify barrier to effective collaboration. Let's discuss the communication of requirements. So are the requirements which are provided by the businesses, or the business analyst can identify the pain points in the system and convert that pain point in the business requirement or the functional requirement or the technical requirement or the non-functional requirement to the developers. So different terminologies and perspective cause the misunderstanding in requirement interpolation between the developers and the business analysts. So business analysts make sure that the requirements can easily understandable, or that should be satisfy the definition of invest, independent, valuable, negotiable, estimable, sizable, testable. So that make sure that thing, and it should be understand by the developer, and they can start to work on that the requirement. So it should be have the definition of ready, satisfy the definition of ready, DOR. So understand the share, lack of the share understanding. So there is a communication gap, or there is a misunderstanding between the the developer gathering the requirement and the business analyst explaining that requirement. So misalign the priorities arise when the project goal are not clearly understand and agreed upon the all the stakeholder, or the stakeholder are not understand what they need to develop. And there is not the clear cut use of the minimum viable, so MVP concept. So that thing happen, and the time constraint and the requirement changing the requirement. If some projects has a limited time and we need to complete achieve the milestone of that project, but the developer or the sorry or the business team continuously changing the requirement or continuously adding the requirement. So that's the the frequent requirement changes can limited the time, create pressure, and completing effective collaboration tasks is most effective and most challenging for the development. So these are the barriers between the business analyst and the development team. So they have the clear cut project charter or the work breakdown structure, so where they can track entire work process of the teams and need for a proactive communication. So collaborating, overcoming the collaboration barrier require active communication and flexible and commitment to continue the improvements and continuously daily stand up meeting, daily meeting in the morning, evening, and they can understand what they did today, what they did tomorrow, and what the challenges they are facing, what are the slow stoppers in their the process, and how they can eliminate. So these the continuously work will happen between, and that will be the project gets successes. So let's communication strategies that we can use, and most effectively we will work on that. So enhancing the dialogue between the teams. So regular meeting and update, I already told you. So in the morning meeting and the evening meeting, so they will update each other, and consistency meeting maintain the alignment and allow timely resolution of issue between the developers and the business analysts, and make sure all are on the same page, and they work on the end goal. Okay, you use the visual aids, so diagram and mock-up, wireframes, prototypes. Use the Balsamic, InVision, Figma tools to draw the UML diagram, to draw the process flowchart, sequence diagram, to draw the wireframes and prototype, how the UI UX should look like from the complex requirement, and enhance the mutual understanding among the team, so developer can understand that process flow, or that the UI UX how it will look like, so they can make sure alignment is clear cut, and also to prepare the ERD diagram, entity relationship diagram, so the developer can understand very well how the data structure will look like. And then the clear documentation, so well defined requirement specific, reduce the ambiguity, and sir has the reliable reference in the project. So the document will be created like a business requirement document, functional requirement document, functional specification document, end user manual, test case document, you know, these requirement traceability matrix, so that each the requirement we will track, so that is the clear documentation is there, everything will track, and active listening and the feedback. So continuously listen first, and then provide feedback to the team. So enhance in active listening and feedback loops, and foster collaboration between the teams, and ensure the work will get, done within the time. And then the tools that we use in the collaboration tools in the industry, so you know aware that, and there is high chance the interviewer will ask you definitely on that. So leveraging the technology for better teamwork, so project management tools like a Jira, Trello, you should work on Jira. So go for, there is, the Jira toolbar, how the requirement will work, how to change, how the product backlog items, sprint backlog item we are adding into the Jira, and task tracking and progress visibility, and enhance the project transparency, how that will work. So Jira tool you should learn, and I'll be creating for video on you for the Jira. If you want, so please like and subscribe my channel. So documentation platform, so platforms such as conflicts and SharePoint centralize the access and to project requirement and document. So guys, if you are new to check the SharePoint, there you can find the documentation. Confluence, where you can find all the documentation, use that tool, store their document, patch the document from there, and increase the efficiency of your work. And then the communication tool, so Slack and Microsoft Team facilitate the real-time messaging and quick resolution of team queries and the effective communication. So use the Microsoft Team more effectively and most appropriately. And version control system, so Git and the similar tool help the developer manage the code and change the effective and the collaboration between. So use the code storage, or to, to generate the code chain code, so that thing we will use that the development team. So let's discuss on the case study, so we can able to understand more on this thing. So real world example and the lesson learned from this video. So successful fintech project, so guys, so financial and technology are the most emerging projects coming, and you should have the domain knowledge in the side of fintech. So regular communication and shared documentation, and ensure the timely delivery and high user satisfaction in the fintech project. So fintech projects are very complex projects, and you need to understand the domain knowledge, fintech domain knowledge in a 360-degree way, and you can work on that domain and to complete the project and to work done the project. So let's discuss on the e-commerce challenges. So unclear requirement and lack of stakeholder involvement cause delay in rework and the e-commerce platform project. So there is, you need to work on the e-commerce project. So these are the real world, the challenges facing the real world, the e-commerce project. And the key lesson learned from, we should have the clear communication between the developers or the business analysts and the stakeholder engagement. We need to prepare the RACI matrix like responsible, accountable, consult, and inform stakeholder. But we should have the high prioritize or the high influencer or the high, we use the stakeholder matrix to track the requirements, and then adopt the planning and critical, avoid the project pitfalls and work on that side. So let's discuss on the conclusion on this video. So importance of the summarizing, so there is very importance of collaboration, bringing the developer and the business analyst ensure the better understanding of the requirement and efficient work, and the foster mutual respects for ensuring the respect and understand the promotes and culture collaboration, and continuously improvement, add new requirement, track your requirement to add the requirement in the business requirement document, functional requirement document, to version control list update, and to add that requirement in the requirement traceability matrix. So BA will prepare itself, and the quality analyst itself won't have the requirement traceability matrix. So make sure that all the requirements are successfully deployed in the production environment. And effective communication strategy, implement the communication strategy and leveraging the tools help to overcome the challenges and achieve the goals which we meet and improve the project outcomes. So these projects enhance the project success and create the cohesive, productive work environment and bridging the gaps. So these are the end of the slides. So if you like my efforts, please do like and subscribe my channel. So that motivate me to create more such videos for you. Once again, thank you so much, guys.